I couldn't believe it, but I caught somebody in my yard the very night I installed this camera. This is a solar powered camera, or you can plug it in either way. This camera right here, I've had it going now for about a week or maybe 2 weeks, and this thing will not die. I've had this thing going. It's been tracking people that have been in my yard. Historically, I've had problems with people in my yard. As a matter of fact, there was somebody nosing around in my yard the other night. I picked him up on this camera. This model is the C615F by Tapo. It is following me around. This is the best outdoor camera I've had so far. The picture on it is so clear. I think it's even more clear than my Ring cameras. This is an amazing camera. It has so many features on it. It has a siren, you can talk through it, and it picks up things and follows them around. Cars, people, and animals. This thing will follow them around. It records everything. It's solar powered. It's a security camera. It's the best one I've ever had. As a matter of fact, you can stop this video right now and just buy the thing. I would suggest that. But if you want to see, I caught somebody in my yard the other night with this thing. I'm going to have that in this video. It was at the very beginning of this video. As a matter of fact, you saw that little clip, and I'll talk a little more about that. So anyway, this has got a super clear camera on it, picks up, it's got night vision, all the bells and whistles. But I'm telling you, I've had some cheap cameras off Amazon. I've had some expensive ones. This one's about $99 right now. I think there's even a coupon right now. I'll have a link in the description of this video and also in the comments. This camera is the one to have. As a matter of fact, I look at this camera more than I do my Ring camera now. And I've got 3 Ring cameras, but I look at this camera more than any of them now. It's outside here, and I can see everything. So I can see my backyard, I can see the front yard, and everything that's going on, and it picks up everything. I've had UPS, I've had people working on the top of my house, and it's picked up everything. It's picking me up right now walking around. So anyway, fantastic camera. Watch the video. You're going to see some of the features on it. You need to watch this video if you're worried about thieves, vermin, scum of the earth, trying to get into your house, something trying to get into your trash cans. You're not going to have to worry about that anymore. This thing doesn't stop. It's got a solar panel on it and a battery that will not stop. If you don't like looking at unboxings, this is a very short one. You can skip over this, but I just want to show you the box. It tells you some of the features on the outside of this. So anyway, this is what it looks like. There's some features down there if you want to zoom in on this. And this is just a solar powered outdoor security camera. And right now, I'm just showing you some of the stuff that comes with it. That was the solar panel I just pulled out. That's the camera itself. And there's some instructions that come with it. So, I just want to give you an overview of everything that comes in this box. That's a power charging cord. And I did charge this camera up right after this. It's got some mounting stuff there, some screws, and those right there are some templates for screws. And right there, you can follow that code so that you can get instructions on how to install this and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, this does come with a good paper instruction. So there's the solar panel, there's the camera itself. I'm just kind of going to show you how this thing hooks together, just generically speaking. But this isn't, anything super in-depth. I'm just doing some of the general features on this camera and just showing you what this thing looks like. Now, spoiler alert, the solar panel on this thing does work. So you can charge this by a regular cord if you want to. So if you've got it like in your house or something, you can go that way. Or if you want to have this thing outside, use that solar panel. So you got options. So there's the pretty nice size big LED light there on the front. And the camera itself actually has some little lights with it as well. And the camera is also infrared. So some things to think about. And right now I'm just letting you look at this camera. And as you can see, that camera spins around almost completely. And this is when I charged it up. So I let it charge up. So I wanted to have a full charge when I got it out there because I didn't know how well this solar panel was going to perform. Okay. So anyway, charged up. And then right here, what you're seeing is my old solar camera. It was out here. That thing only worked for about 6 months or less. And then the thing broke on me. So I just put one of the templates up there. That's where I'm going to put my screw holes at. And now you can see up here, I've got it in place. I've already put one of the screws in, and I'm just screwing it the rest of the way in. And you can see here, okay, I got the camera on there. I just slid it onto that piece right there. It already came with one part of the base attached to it, and you just slide it on there, and then slide the solar panel on there. So pretty simple, pretty easy stuff. And obviously you're gonna end up plugging the solar panel into the camera because that's how it charges this thing. And that's what this thing looks like once it's installed. So there it is up there. This is me coming through the camera. So I'm going to show you that. So this is what it looks like whenever somebody is down here below filming themselves. And I'm going to show you what it sounds like as well whenever somebody's speaking to you through this camera. So anyway, this camera has a lot of neat features to it. Like I said, it goes all the way around, it spins almost completely around. You can go back and forth. And something else that it does is it can track pets, people, or cars. So you can set it up to do this. And I actually have it set up for my camera to do this now that I've had this thing installed for a little bit. It's set up so that if a person gets on here, it will follow the person around, or an animal, or a car if it happens to get on your property. And anyway, just showing you how vast this thing is. So it looks up real high, looks all the way down, and it spins around almost completely around. So right there, hey, good old UPS, spotted them. Anyway, just going to just show you some of the genericness of this camera, but it's got a really good picture on it. I think you've probably already noticed that. And this is just my driveway, and I'm just showing you that this thing is, you saw those cars go by, it's grabbing those cars and trying to follow them. So you can set it to different sensitivity so it doesn't just pick up traffic or anything. Hopefully right now you can hear this because I'm not actually listening to it right now. I've got recording inside. But this is what it sounds like when somebody is communicating to you through this camera. So good or bad, this is what it sounds like. It sounds like whenever you're talking to somebody through this camera, out of the yard, you miscreant, you degradant. And this is just a little footage of this camera following me around the driveway. I actually had somebody over at my house climbing on the roof, and the camera actually followed them up on the roof and anywhere they went in the yard. So just showing you that every time you move, this camera just follows you around if you want it to. I've got it set to follow people, pets, and cars. So tell me that siren on this thing isn't enough to scare off the in-laws. So you can set this thing to where it goes off whenever somebody's in your yard. This is what it looks like whenever you're using the app. So this is the app at night. My yard's pretty well lit up. I got a lot of lights out here. I am going to shut them off though, just so you can see what the camera light looks like. And I will do just a hint of infrared just so that you guys can get a load of that. So anyway, this is showing you that we'll do a panoramic picture if you want it to, and just some generic features. I just want you to be able to see the different things on this. So this is me going in and playing around with some of the settings on this thing, and just kind of showing you, just some generic, like I said, some generic features on this camera. I thought, people might want to see inside the app. You can change sensitivities on what it's picking up, motion detection, and that sort of thing. To access the controls on this, you'll just go into the camera itself, and then you'll hit the pan tilt, and then you'll be able to control the camera around the yard or wherever you've got this thing positioned at. And something I noticed is you're going to want to let the camera sit in one location for just a couple of seconds so that it can pick up the infrared, or it can catch up with the lighting that's provided. And this camera will pretty much go all the way down, and then goes up pretty high, and then it'll pretty much go all the way back and forth almost in a 360. And if you're the master controller of this camera, you can just put it in privacy mode, and that way nobody can look and see what's going on with this camera. And then right here I've got it in the alarm mode, so you can see that the alarm went off for a second. And you can set the volume on this thing for the microphone, loud or all the way down pretty low. I would suggest just leaving it up all the way. It's loud enough that you can talk to somebody out there, but it's not overly loud. The siren is loud enough to scare somebody off though. And this telephone button, I think it just makes it to where whenever you're somebody's out there and you're talking to them, that you can just go back and forth without having to hit buttons. I think that's what it does. This is what's called patrol mode. You can make this camera just automatically go all the way around. And they tell you to not leave it in patrol mode. It's not a great idea because it can eventually wear the motor down if you just made it do this all day long. And patrol mode does not just go back and forth. It also goes all the way up and all the way down. As this video starts, this is totally infrared, and then boom, the light kicks on, and you can see that's what what it looks like when the light kicks on. So the light's on me right now, and I'm filming myself while the light's on me so that you guys can see it, and it's getting ready to start right here. And now I'm out in my driveway with nothing but this light on. So this is what it looks like. So when it kicks on, this is how much light it puts off. And this was the scary part right here. This is whenever somebody was walking through my yard in the dead of night. And it looks like they're just kind of milling around out there. There's no reason for them to be that close to the house or up by the trees. So I'm glad this camera caught that. And I think maybe the camera scared them off. Maybe they saw it move around or something. I don't know. But anyway, scary. If you're wanting to put one of these solar cameras up and you can't get real close to it, but you still want to use Wi-Fi, this thing right here is a Wi-Fi extender, and I've got this in my kitchen so it's able to reach out to that camera. So that solar powered camera right now has no wires or anything hooked up to it, and it's connected to this Wi-Fi right here, this Wi-Fi extender. You can find these on Amazon. I'll have a link to one of these in the description of this video and also in the comments, as well as links to the camera. So if you're looking for an easy to install self-contained solar camera with a light on it that has an excellent picture quality, you might want to check out this Tapo camera. Anybody might need a solar powered camera, please share this video out. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to Tony's Reviews today, and God bless you.